not a game, it's a rich thing.
What's up, y'all? We are back with another video. This is Put a Ring on It season 4. We on episode 3. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button before you get out of here. Thumbs up the video and comment in the comment section below, because y'all, I knew Dunbar was playing on my TV. So let's get into the episode tonight, okay? So we jump right back in where we left off. Dunbar being all dramatic with the tears. How he gonna tell Dr. Stacy something he's never told anybody before. So he cries and he lets us know that he struggles with anger, anxiety, and depression. So he is afraid that basically Chance will leave him, and he really doesn't want to hurt anybody. Dr. Stacy tells him mental illness is very serious, and he has to accept it first. And basically, if you have it, whatever you lose as a result. Whatever you keep is meant to rock with you with whatever it is you're going to go through for your mental health. She tells him, of course, the people that love him will stay with him through it. So now I ain't putting none on nobody, y'all. But it seems like from this conversation, at the very least, we can gather that he can be verbally abusive when he gets upset, because that's what he grew up in, a very angry and hostile home environment as a child. So it seems like that's what he portrays when he is upset and angry as well. He said the last woman in his previous relationship left when he had an outburst. And I was like, you really can't force anybody to stay with you through your mental health crisis if you don't help yourself through your mental health crisis. Like, nobody wants to put up with that if you aren't taking real measures to actually better yourself and better the situation, Dunbar. Like, I'm pretty sure you are putting that on her and placing the blame on her of, oh, she left and didn't help me through it. But how are you helping yourself through this situation? Nobody is obligated. Nobody is obligated to help you. You need to help yourself, especially if you already recognize you have an issue. Like, I just get the help. I'm not understanding it. So Dr. Stacy wants to help him have this conversation with Chance. But I'm like, how have you been with somebody for over a year and you didn't pick up on them having some sort of mental illness going on? I'm side-eyeing the two of y'all. This ain't no real relationship. Dr. Stacy then tells him that he is standing in the way of himself, not just in the way of him and Chance. And all I can say is I hope this man is not playing about mental illness, because it's nothing to play with. But also I get the vibe from him that he can be very manipulative. So I'm not buying it all the way 100%. I'm sorry. I'm just not. So all the couples are meeting back at the house with Dr. Stacy for the group session to recap the guys' dates. And we see everyone except for Chance and Dunbar. So they wait and they wait and they wait and they wait. And Chance and Dunbar does not show up. So Ricky talks about his date with Sheila and said it was a really good date. And she was very pretty. And I want Ricky to take these braids out so bad. Jesus, somebody give him a haircut. Give him a big boy haircut, okay? He tells them about the conversation they had with his co-parenting and spending the night. And when Dr. Stacy asked how she felt about it, he was like, oh, she didn't really have a problem with it. And like I said last week, she didn't have a problem with it because she don't have to deal with it and she didn't have to live through it. And Catherine laughs because she said, I said the same thing. But of course, once you in it, it's a totally different situation, okay? Catherine also lets us know that when they first started dating, Ricky and his ex would communicate outside of what was needed for the kids. So it sounded like they was just good friends and just having good conversation all the way around, even if it had nothing to do with the children, which until I understand the dynamics of whatever y'all relationship is, and y'all included me, that would probably make me a little bit uncomfortable as well. But Ricky ends, and Catherine also says that they used to do dinner and other events and things as a family, as if they were the family. Again, I don't necessarily see an issue in that as long as you are bringing in your partner. Like, it's great for the kids to see everybody having a good time together, but not just y'all, like y'all still a little family when I'm over here never being invited or joining into whatever y'all are going to do if this is the type of environment we going to have for the kids, okay? When asked if Sheila's going to get a second date, he says no because he didn't want Catherine to think that nothing more is going on here than it just being a learning experience. So, of course, Dr. Stacy has to check him and be like, no. That's not how this process works. So she asks him yet again, do you want a second date with Sheila? And he ends up saying yes. We move on to Jasha, and Jasha tells us about his date with Celine, and he was like, y'all didn't come to play, huh? Y'all did not come to play with me. And I was like, yeah, they didn't. They gave the men the good dates, okay? Joya says that she really saw Jasha's face lit up when his date came because, you know, she was younger, she was very pretty, and he was prepping a lot before the date. So it kind of made her a little bit uncomfortable. He talks about the date that he had with Celine and how they really vibe with the whole meditation and stuff like that. And because she's younger than Joya, of course, when it comes to kids, she's like, she wasn't in a rush to have kids. Well, that's how math works, Jasha. The younger you are, the more time you have to have children to make those decisions. The older you are, the closer you are to your eggs expiring, where we got to make a move, okay? That's the math in Jasha. I'm sorry. It's nothing shocking about that, okay? When asked about a second date, he said the energy just wasn't there. He just didn't get the feeling from Celine that Joya gives him, so there will be no second date. This week, we learned that the couples are going on dates with their exes, and the women are like, no, ma'am, no, sir, why are we doing this? We then find out that Joya and Jasha's date exes were not comfortable meeting with them, so Dr. Stacy's going to meet with them privately, and I was like, well, child, what is the tea there with Jasha's ex and Joya's ex? Like, she was like, we don't want to disrupt the co-parenting relationship. No, we don't. But now that has made us curious that it is some serious hot piping tea going on between them exes, okay? That's what the real story is, all right? Back at Ricky and Catherine's house, they're talking about the boundaries with him and his ex-wife. And she's like, the issue is I really just want you to do it on your own. I don't want to have to tell you that you need to set the boundaries. His ex-wife comes in. She says, you know, we're not together. Obviously, we are the best of friends, though. We co-parent great. So Catherine, you know, appreciates her for trying to help them move forward. She's letting them out the door, and she's like, be more of a gentleman to her than you are to me. And I'm like, Catherine, why do you and Ricky continue to throw each other under the bus in front of the other people taking your partner out? I'm not understanding. Are y'all trying to chase your partner away? Just questions that I have. We then see Dr. Stacy. She is driving, and she's leaving a message for Chance and Dunbar because she called them because they missed group. They didn't answer the phone. So she's kind of calling to figure out why they missed the group session. Chance says in the confessional that they really needed time to regroup and they needed some alone time from everyone. And y'all wasn't grown up enough to call Dr. Stacy and tell her that, or we just want to create more drama for the show for really no reason at all. Grow up, Chance and Dunbar, really. So we see Ricky is being extra polite to his ex. She is loving it because obviously this is a totally different Ricky she got when they were actually married with each other. She asks if Catherine really knows their history. And he's like, well, you know, she knows most of it, but of course she hasn't been around as long as you have. And his ex says she just really thinks Kat doesn't understand their relationship, and plus the fact that they have a child on top of that. She says she really understands where Catherine was coming from when it came to, you know, him spending the night there. So she said that stopped, and she just isn't sure what else they can do. But as they're sitting there having this date, they just keep talking about Catherine. And I was like, I thought the purpose of meeting with the exes is for them to do self-discovery and find out their triggers and maybe what they could have done different that maybe they won't take into this new relationship, not for them to talk about the partner that's not there. Maybe I misunderstood the rules, or maybe they misunderstood the rules, but I didn't think this was a let's discuss Catherine session, okay? So anyway, Ricky says that Catherine has been through a lot with other men and their kids and their exes. So his ex actually suggests them setting up some type of outing for all of them to go on together, with Ricky taking the initiative and setting it up. And I really do agree with that. And I think that is an amazing idea of if y'all can come together more as an entire unit and not y'all over here while she's feeling left out, that would be great. So I think his ex is a really cool woman. So I think if everything works out, that they will end up being fine. So over at Joya and Jasha's house, they are getting ready for Dr. Stacy to come over. Dr. Stacy comes in, child, with her cute little outfit, her cute little bag. Dr. Stacy, she be wearing these outfits now. I'm going to give her that. These outfits and these shoes, she be wearing that, okay? We then find out that Joya's son spends the summer with his dad, who is in New York, but she has him throughout the school year. We find out that Jasha has a daughter with his ex-wife, and they are in Georgia where they are, and they have a good co-parenting relationship. Now, did I miss it that Jasha had a daughter? Did I mention it in a previous video and I'm just now forgetting at this point? But I just thought he didn't have a child since he was so caught up on Joya having a child. I thought he was having an issue with just having a child, period. But let's move on because that's not it. So Dr. Stacy meets with Jasha alone, and he tells her that this process has been a challenge, but it's feeling good. He said that there were trust issues with his ex, and they also were in a tough spot financially, and things just didn't work. Dr. Stacy asks about, how did it feel to have his ex-wife husband be in his daughter's life, because his ex-wife is remarried and, of course, partly raising her. He says it sucks because, you think about the things you miss out on, even the little things, and, it's just not a good feeling. So Dr. Stacy asked the very next question I had, which was, so is that the fear that you have as to why you don't want to get married to Joya and have a child with her because you think this same thing is going to happen? Dr. Stacy, we here, girl, because I was in the middle of typing it and you asked him. I was like, thank you, because that's the question I need answered. She asks if he's afraid, of course, that, if he doesn't do this in Joya's time, as far as get married, have this baby, then she will leave. And he says, yes, that is a fear, but he is also torn because he doesn't want fear to drive him to do something that he is not ready to do. I can't blame you on that. But also, Jasha, when will you be ready? Because again, I thought it was the whole fear of you just being a father or bringing a child into this world, but that's not it because you already have a daughter. It is really the fear of the unknown that is causing you to have a handicap with building a family with Joya. You can't predict the future. You don't know what you don't know, and you should know that from your first marriage. You didn't plan to get a divorce. It just happened, but y'all still co-parent. You still can see your child. No, you're not in the home every day, but life happens. Like, that don't mean you hold up and you just stall because you're afraid of something happening that you don't know will even happen. Come on, Jasha. So Catherine and Ricky, they get ready. And Catherine gets ready for her date with her ex. She is dressed much cuter than she was for the other date, child. We then see it is her ex-fiance, a guy named Corey, who she'll be going on a date with. Catherine says, nothing is going to happen with Corey. They cool. Corey is married. And we find out it's a complete 16-year age difference between the two of them. She met this man when she was 20. I was like, wow, Catherine. Okay. When he sits down with the two of them, Corey says that Catherine was very hard-headed when they dated, and Ricky says she can still be that way, but she really is trying to be more open. They head out for their date, and she tells him about this whole process of it's essentially kind of like marriage counseling, but they ain't engaged yet. She tells him that they're having the same issue that they had in their relationship with boundaries when it comes to exes. Corey tells her that communication is really important, and in the past, Catherine would let her emotions get the best of her, and she really just had a hard time letting things go. If something happened 6, 8, 9 months ago, she gonna bring it back up and be just as upset today as if it just happened yesterday. She says she is getting an understanding of really letting Ricky handle things the way he wants to handle things, such as the whole sleeping at his ex so that the child would be there for school and all that good stuff. But she really wasn't comfortable with it. She asked him about any insecurities that she may have when they dated. And it seems that Corey's ex brought a lot of drama to their relationship. So Catherine is a bit scorned and triggered of, I think, this relationship because he has kids and an ex is going to bring me the same drama. But again, her and Ricky are stuck in just situations from the past being the same, although they're with different people. And in Catherine's case, you're a lot older than you are now. Of course, a 20-year-old ain't gonna be rocking and rolling with your ex being all crazy and trying to play stepmama like she was young. I don't think we really need to hang on to what happened when she was 20, 21 years old. Like, that don't make no sense. She's not the same person. So we get back to the group session because it's not a whole group. It's just Chance and Dunbar at the house with Dr. Stacy. Dunbar says that they have realized that they are in love with each other and they realize dating other people is not for them, but they have learned so much in this process. No, y'all haven't. It's been 2 weeks and you've learned so much in this process. It's been 2 weeks at most and you've learned so much in this process. Okay, Dunbar says he isn't depressed anymore, and my face was like, what? And Dr. Stacy's face was like, what? So it just went away? Depression does not just go away. See, I told you I knew Dunbar was playing on my TV. I knew Dunbar was playing on my TV. Like, you are playing with mental illness when mental illness is such a serious thing. When somebody has depression, anxiety, anger, all this stuff, that is so serious. And you sitting here as if it has gone away because you snapped your fingers and y'all have had some alone time. Now your depression has vanished into thin air. Y'all are delusional. Okay, I'm sorry to say it, but it is what it is. He thinks that, you know, talking about a man being submissive to God and if a woman really brings him closer to himself and blah, blah, blah. Basically, you talking a whole lot of bull to cover up that y'all think y'all good and y'all don't need no more help. Y'all covering up the real issues. But if that's how y'all want to live y'all life for the rest of y'all life, it ain't my business. All right. He then tells Chance about his mental issues and how Dr. Stacy was like, he said he didn't trust you. She was like, wait. So did you say you didn't trust me? He's like, nah, I didn't really say that. And he tries to say, semantics, you said you didn't trust her, that basically that she would stay if you told her what was really up with you. Same difference, okay? Dr. Stacy tells Chance that they were really on the tip of a breakthrough and that she is betraying herself. Y'all know Chance, she's hot-headed. She takes it personal and she starts, how am I betraying myself? Hold on, we gonna talk about it. Let's talk about it. Girl, be quiet and let the professional take over, okay? So Dr. Stacy says, you know, you are betraying yourself by not looking at the red flags. Not necessarily looking at the red flags to run away, but looking at the red flags that you potentially need to work on. And Dunbar doesn't even want to acknowledge his truth to Chance, period. So she tells them that they really aren't doing the work and they just quit and they can run from their problems, but their problems will follow and will. They will still be having these same issues. Again, they say they made a lot of progress and now they're going to do things their way. No, y'all gonna do things the way y'all are comfortable in doing things because real change causes you to be uncomfortable and y'all don't want to be uncomfortable. So therefore, if you want to set yourself up for a life of brushing things over, just putting a blanket over whatever the real issues are until Dunbar completely has a whole meltdown because of this whole depression, if he really has it, then y'all just keep right on ahead, okay? Dunbar is like, I just think we on another level. Boy, y'all ain't better than none of these other couples out here. And as a matter of fact, these other couples are better than y'all because they're being much more mature about this situation and what it entails and how it could benefit their relationship than you and Chance are. Because right now, you and Chance acting like y'all don't need this when everybody watching this TV thinks y'all probably need this more than anybody. But anyway, y'all, that was the end of the episode. They're going to bring us another couple to replace Chance and Dunbar next week. And I'm not mad at it. And y'all don't ever have to put Chance and Dunbar on my TV screen ever again. Okay. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please drop your comments and thoughts about this week's episode in the comments below. And I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.